Thank you.
Bueno, primero que nada, muchas gracias a todos los aquí presentes.
I want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you very much.
Bueno, y darle gracias al de arriba, gracias a Dios por tenerme aquí. Para mí es una bendición.
I want to thank the man upstairs. Being here is certainly a wonderful experience. It's an honor. It's a blessing.
Darle las gracias a Tom Brown, a Richard Schaefer y a todos los que están organizando este evento.
I want to thank Tom Braun, Richard Schaefer, and everyone that is organizing this event.
Darle las gracias también a mi oponente Ramírez y a su equipo de trabajo por aceptar la pelea.
I want to thank my opponent Eddie Ramirez for putting in the work and taking this fight.
Y es una bendición, como le digo, estar aquí, estar en esta cartelera donde pelea Mares, pelea Santa Cruz, pelea Ábalos, Gutiérrez. La verdad es algo impresionante para mí.
The reality is it's a blessing to be on a card of this magnitude with the names like Santa Cruz, Mares, Gutierrez, Avalos. I can't stress enough how much this is a blessing for me.
Digo esas palabras porque yo pensé que no volvería a estar en un lugar así, que no volvería a estar en un ring. Y le doy gracias a Dios que estoy aquí y con una buena preparación para dar una buena pelea para la gente.
I want to thank God once again. I have put myself through a terrific training camp it's been a great training camp for what I hope to be a great fight.
Y demostrar a la gente y a mí mismo y a mi familia que cuando hay tropezones, cuando las cosas son difíciles, sí se puede salir adelante.
And I want to prove to myself, I want to, prove to my family and the fans that, when things get difficult, you could still come out victorious.
Bendiciones a todos. Que Dios nos bendiga y que gane el mejor.
May God bless you and may the best man win on Saturday.
Certainly a class act, always Antonio DeMarco. Looking forward to see him fight. He's going to go in against the young lion, a fighter which I followed for quite a while. He has a record now of 17-0, undefeated, quickly making a name for himself in the sport. And I think at the pace he's going to be soon ready for a world title challenge as well. So it's a pleasure now for me to introduce to you Eddie Ramirez.
Hello everyone. I'm gonna try to keep it short. I had a great training camp. And I put in the work. I train all year round, and I stay ready. And I'm just ready to showcase myself this Saturday. And I hope to see you all there. I want to thank all the promoters, my manager, for this opportunity. I want to thank Antonio DeMarco for taking the fight. A win over me, this is safe for his career. His career is at stake. And I know he's gonna come prepared and put up a great fight.
Excellent. Thank you. Now, up next is going to be Abner Mares versus Andres Gutierrez. Both originally from Guadalajara. Gutierrez is 24 years old, or young, I should say. He turned pro at age 16, and he was all fired up, ready to go, trained hard, and traveled to Ireland to fight for the World Championship against Carl Frampton. And then he got injured. He made the weigh-in, went home to the hotel, took a shower, slipped, and had cuts all over. That's how quickly sometimes dreams can go away. Here he is, getting a second bite at the apple, as they say. He has an opportunity to go in against one of the true legends of the sport, one of the most decorated fighters to come out of Mexico, an Olympian, a 6 or 7 time world champion in 3 different weight classes. And this is going to be a fight, I can tell you, you don't want to miss. It's a pleasure now for me to introduce to you, with a record of 35-1 with 25 knockouts, Andres El Jaguar Gutierrez.
¿Qué tal? Buenas tardes a todos. Contentos de estar aquí para una gran pelea.
Good afternoon to everyone. I'm very excited and honored to be here. Looking forward to a great fight.
Nos preparamos bastante fuerte, estamos al 100%. Después de ese accidente, pues ya, eso ya quedó atrás.
This accident is behind us now. We have prepared very hard. I feel 100% very strong, ready.
Y estoy listo para dar una gran pelea, un gran espectáculo para la gente, una guerra arriba del ring y no esperen menos. Muchas gracias.
And I'm ready for a war. I'm very excited and looking forward to putting on a wonderful performance on Saturday. Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you, Andres, and please do not take a shower after the weigh-in, okay? Can you please translate that in Spanish to make sure he gets it?
Que no sé con el shower después del mensaje.
No shower, no cuts.
Que no te bañes.
Okay. Well, Abner Mares. Abner Mares is really one of my favorite fighters, one of my closest friends as well. A terrific fighter who has given the sport so much. I was fortunate to be able to promote most of his fights throughout his career. He is a fighter as well who very much listens to his corner. He is a student of the sport, and he was fortunate throughout his career to really be surrounded by some very good trainers. And as it is when we go through school, you know, you never stay with the same teacher either. He's the kind of guy who keeps on challenging himself. And we've seen what happened with Abner Mares on how he really reinvented himself in the last fight against Cuellar, when a lot of people had written him off, didn't give him a chance, and felt that Cuellar was going to knock him out. But he surrounded himself with a man, with a trainer, with a team, with Robert Garcia. Got it right. With Robert Garcia, who, as I said before, really is today one of the most respected, admired, and asked for trainers in the fight game, and is quickly becoming really one of those legendary trainers who understands on how to bring out the best in the fighters. And I'd like to ask Robert to quickly come up and say a few words. You don't want to? All right. Okay. Well, there he is. Then let's move on now to the man I just described before. He's a 2004 Olympian. He's a fighter who always comes in his best, gives his best, knows how to entertain, is the definition of an all-action fighter, never been throughout his entire career, never been in a boring fight, really never been in a boring round or a boring moment. That's what we like about him, and sometimes almost a bit too brave for his own good, at least for me sitting there ringside. But it's always a pleasure to promote him, to promote his fights. Truly one of the best in the sport, Abner Mares.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I want to start off by thanking God, the Lord out there, for keeping me safe, blessed throughout this whole camp. Me and my team, Robert Garcia, Luis Garcia, Juan, Eder, my wife, everybody, the whole team. I'm really, really happy to be here. I also want to thank Ringstar. I want to thank Al Heyman. I want to thank Lisa too. Lisa, great place, great view, but come on, restaurant. Last thing a fighter wants to be at is a restaurant right now, especially just thinking about food. But it's beautiful, you know. And I'm just happy to be here. Happy to be fighting great fighters such as Andres Gutierrez. He's a hungry kid who's 26 years old. He's got the opportunity of his lifetime, world title challenge, and he's going to take advantage of it. So for that reason, I train really, really hard. We didn't take no shortcuts, no easy route. It's just hard training. Hard training as we were getting ready to fight Leo Santa Cruz. Same mentality. We're fighting Andres Gutierrez. If anything, no disrespect, obviously, but I say this with true honesty. These fighters are the most difficult ones because they have no fear, nothing to lose, everything to gain. So I'm really, really happy about that. You know what? It's just one fight that's gonna get me even better. Tough fighter, tough fight. Like Richard said, I like to. I'm going to go in there and give you guys a fight. I'm gonna go in there and give you guys a really, really good show. Thank you, Fox. It's gonna be on Fox. Come on, guys, Fox. Check it out, man. It's gonna come early. Remember, it's an early show. I will be up in the ring around 5:30. I know I'm telling a lot of friends because they like to, we're in that Mexican time. We always like to show up late. So if it's 5, it's 5. Get there at 5, man. All right, and appreciate it.
Tell them that you're fighting at 2.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm fighting at 2 so you can get there at 1. Oh, man, for real, man. But be there at 5. It's gonna be a great fight. Leo Santa Cruz has got a tough fight against Avalos. I know Avalos. He was we sparred many times. He's a hard fighter. We got DeMarco, good friend mío. DeMarco go way back. Tenemos muchas aventuras, muchos recuerdos allá en Tijuana con DeMarco. Pues todos en esta cartelera muy bien. No se pierdan la pelea de mi pupilo, Misael Gutiérrez. Sí, es que estoy enfocado en el peleador. Misael Rodríguez. Misael, no se pierdan esa pelea. Él va a ser temprano a la 1. Exolímpico mexicano, medalla de bronce. Un gran peleador que va a dar una gran pelea. Y este año se va a ir con 6 peleas, 6 victorias, primeramente Dios. Thank you so much. Del Mares, thank you so much. Y que viva México. Gracias.
Now you made me feel better. The great Abner Mars mixed up the names too. So, well, that shows how excited we are, right? Now let's move on to the main event. And when I say main event, this is really all 3 of those fights could be main events because all 3 of them, I can assure you, are going to be fireworks and action-packed. I can guarantee you that. It's going to be non-stop action. And the same obviously is here with Leo Santa Cruz going against Cruz Avalos. And as Abner alluded to it, it's often those kind of fights where maybe as the great champion, as the legend Leo is, maybe you spar around less or you run a little bit later in the morning or, I'm not saying you did that, but, you just never know. And then the challenger, who is perceived to be a big underdog, he does everything right. He knows that this is his moment, maybe his last moment at the world title. And suddenly fights which were supposed to be very wide become very close. And sometimes that's when you see the upsets. And I mentioned that to both, to Abner and to Leo, to be careful. Don't underestimate those guys. Because these 2 guys, Avalos and Gutierrez, they know what a win would do for them, for their career, and for their families. So with Cruz Avalos, we have an all-action fighter, another one of those guys who fits right into this bill. He has 20 of his 27 wins are coming by knockout. In 2015, he challenged for the world title against Carl Frampton. It didn't go his way, and here he is. A couple years later, he has another chance. And that's the beauty about boxing, you get another chance. But once you start challenging twice, 3 times, you know that it's probably going to be the end of the road. So for Cruz Avalos, he knows what this means, what this opportunity means, what this can change, how this fight can change his life. He knows it might be his last chance. It's a pleasure for me now to introduce to you the all-action warrior, Cruz Avalos from Lancaster, California.
Hello, everyone. First off, it's a blessing to be here. Happy that everybody's here, and I just want to thank my team for keeping me in a strong, hard camp, and as well, I'd like to thank Leo for taking the fight, and the promoters for making the fight happen. Also, my manager, and everybody who came to make the fight possible. So I don't have a lot to say. I just want to say thank you to everybody, and hopefully you guys enjoy the fights. And I'm gonna come to fight, and I'm gonna come to win. I'm sure he as well. So, you know, it's going to be a good fight. So thank you to everybody for being here, and hopefully, you know, Saturday we see everybody else. So.
Thank you, Chris. With Leo Santa Cruz, I could pretty much duplicate what I just said about Abner, another very close friend of mine, who I was fortunate to be able to promote most of his fights. Just really one of the, and most of you guys know him, and I know you would agree with me, truly one of the nicest, politest guys in the sport. He's a family man, as Abner is, and by the way, both have their wives here, and I like to welcome them as well. We have Leo's father here as well, who is his trainer, so very happy to see Senor Santa Cruz here. Just like with Abner, Leo is the kind of fighter who listens to his corner, and you see that when you watch it, on how he listens, and then he goes in the ring and he converts what his trainer tells him, in this case his father. He is a born entertainer, an all-action style, and really in the last 5 years fought everyone. And I was looking at BoxRec. Do you know that in the last 5 years every one of his fights was a world championship fight? I mean, that's just amazing. It shows you the quality of opponents he's been fighting. He is a multiple-time world champion, 6, 7, 8 times, I don't know, I lost count. Or is it more? And 3 weight classes, truly one of the biggest names in the sport today, certainly from Mexico, but irrespective really from where and irrespective of weight class. And he had an exciting fight. He took care of business in January against Carl Frampton from Las Vegas, another thrilling fight. So I'm really pleased to introduce to you now somebody who really doesn't need any introduction, my good friend, the world champion, Leo Santa Cruz.
Yeah, so good afternoon to everyone. I want to say, I thank God for blessing me this much. I think more than I expected. And also, I want to thank my manager, Al-Heyman, Sylvia, Lisa, Richard Sheffer. Thanks to him, I got to meet Al, and ever since I met Al, it's been a blessing to me. Everything started going great and everything, and I just, very happy and to be here, and I just want to go out there and give a great show. Like I said, there are a lot of great fighters here in this card, so it's gonna be hard to pick what was the best fight of the night. So all of us are gonna have to put that extra motivation out there to try to win that, because like I said, there's Abner Mares here, Eddie Ramirez, DeMarco, Avalos, Gutierrez, Marroquin, Chino, my cousin, and then the 2 other fighters that they train with me, Jerry Perez and Joy. They're also great fighters, so it's gonna be a great night for boxing fans, and they're gonna come and enjoy that night. So I just want to thank you guys, come support us, and thank you for always showing the support.
Okay, everyone stay down unless your name's Eric and you're in a blue shirt. Everyone stay down, please.
Steven, you're in the blue shirt.
The back, please. Please, in the back.